Hello, welcome to my channel. It's Twilight Tarot Wisdom here. Today's reading is going to be for my Cancer viewers out there. You may have a sun, moon, rising, Sagittarius, or Venus in Cancer. I did pull two cards earlier just to kind of get an energy feel for how this reading is probably going to go. Some things I picked up right away was something to do with family and balancing your time and energy. Family can be work family, can be friends, but I was getting a sense of feeling like you're trying to balance, I guess, maybe work, friends, family all together. Your home life, particularly, is what I was picking up on that. Almost like you need like a reset or something. And I know New Year did just happen. Sometimes that gives us kind of a feeling that we're resetting. So what do my Cancers need to know? What do my Cancer viewers, what are they going through right now, Spirit? Asking my Cancer viewers out there if their guides and ancestors could come forward and give them messages. No, it happened right away. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 2 8s. Yeah, so 8 of Pentacles, that has to do with work. I was picking up on work. That's why I said work family. I felt like work family. I heard work. So there's something that you're working on right now. You could be working on a craft. You could be working on, I have to say, Cancers, you're very intuitive, and you're one of the most intuitive signs, if not the most intuitive sign of the zodiac. And to me, that also, being intuitive also means being highly creative. So I'm getting, for those of you who kind of like work with your hands, I heard kitchen witch, because this is what that reminds me of, like a kitchen witch. Maybe some of you cook, or you pour your love and energy into the things that you make. That could be cooking, or that could even be the things that you literally make with your hands, whether it be art or whatever it is that you create. And I feel like it's related to your work, if not, then a hobby. Remember, some of these messages may only resonate with some of you. So please take what fits your energy. And then with this 8 of Swords here, I'm also getting there's a sense of feeling stuck and tied down doing something. These did want to show up. The 7 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. It's almost like you want to get away. Sorry, I said 7 of Swords. It's 6 of Swords. Pentacles, finances, money. I'm wondering what you feel stuck and tied to. There's a calling here too. I saw this bird, so that tells me like it's almost like you're being called to do something. But you're trying to move on and get away from this. Ooh, I just felt my rib cage. My ribs hurt all of a sudden. Maybe it's like you're really tightly bound. You feel like you're stuck doing something. I'm wondering, for some of you Cancers out there, if maybe you've thought about venturing off on your own and maybe going off in your own direction in the sense of a job or a career. And for those of you who are kind of wondering, there's some aspect here where I feel like the career that you've had in the past made you feel really tied down and stuck, but you're really good at something. And I don't know if it's a creative endeavor or if it's like a hobby that you're just really good at. And maybe I feel like you need this confidence to kind of let free, break loose a little bit, so that you can go off and actually venture into that direction of a career path. And that is obviously can be really scary because you don't know if you're going to make it, right? But I just feel like, well, let's open this up a little bit. Spirit, can you clarify this 8 of Pentacles for me? What is it that they're really good at? There's something you're good at. I feel like maybe you've thought about going into a job with that. What is this Eight of Pentacles? Seven of Cups. Yeah, so many options. Maybe you're really good at a lot of things. It could be, and there's different, I just feel like there's an aspect of here having to do with work and wanting to kind of move away from that. There could also be a lot of things that you are putting your time and energy and effort into. For instance, for those of you who do have family, for those of you who have kids, for those of you who have, well, you've got your hobbies and you've got your work, you've got your self-care that you need to pay attention to also. Maybe some of you who, I heard like kitchen witch, so that tells me like herbs and a garden and plants and or teas and things like that. They could also just be creating something that you create, whether you're an artist or a writer or also heard deadlines. Yeah, deadlines could totally keep somebody feeling trapped and stuck. But there's so many different options here, and I feel like you're kind of wearing yourself thin. For some of you, I do feel like this is like a job change or a career change that you're kind of wondering, like, what should I do next? It could even be a change like in your a new chapter in your life. Maybe for some of you, your kids have graduated. For those of you who have kids or something, I feel like this is a transition, like you're going through a transitionary period where you're kind of like, well, what do I do next? What should I do next? What do I really want to do? What's my next hobby? What's my next thing that I want to follow? What's my next dream? But there's something here wanting to get away from feeling trapped. What is it that's making them feel stuck and trapped? A King of Pentacles. Ooh. Yeah, and this may not necessarily be a person, but there could be a King of Pentacles in your life, which could be a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. There's a lot of earth in here that I'm getting, earth signs. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And for some reason, this person may make you feel a little bit trapped. It could also be this idea of needing to have like financial stability, because the King of Pentacles, what in the masculine energy, is somebody who's extremely loyal and extremely stable, but also extremely wealthy. But the way that they get to that amount of wealth is they work really hard, and they also work hard not to overspend. Although sometimes our Capricorns and Tauruses can sometimes spend a little bit luxuriously. But this could definitely be a person in your life where, or I feel like it's more like an energy where you kind of feel like, how are you going to have this King of Pentacles lifestyle? How can you have this lifestyle of luxury and wealth if you choose this career path or if you choose that? I'm still kind of getting like going off on your own almost, like wanting to be your own King of Pentacles and not rely on somebody else. I feel like definitely there's a lot of independence here where you want to break free from that. This could very well be you breaking free from a King of Pentacles in your life where you feel a little bit stuck and trapped, especially if they're the breadwinner, if they're the one making the money in the family, or if they're your partner and they're the ones who control the money. Sometimes King of Pentacles can be a little bit controlling. A perfectionist. They want things done a certain way, and they want you to be a certain way as well. They want you to look a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way, and if you don't fit that role, then they can be a little overcritical about that. If you don't do things their way, they can have a tendency to criticize. What else is making them feel stuck? What's making them feel stuck? Yeah, I feel like financial independence. Three of Cups. This is other people as well. Maybe the opinions of other people, celebrations, parties, things like that. But I do feel like this may be friends and family. We obviously need support. of those in our lives that we care about and they care about us and we want their support. I do really heavily feel like this isn't, like, it's almost like you want to break free and you kind of want to go off in your own direction, but you feel tied down and stuck from doing so because you're afraid of what other people will think. You're afraid of what this King of Pentacles will think, or you're afraid of this Three of Cups, so what friends and family may think if you go off on your own. It could even be like if you leave a relationship, you're afraid like everyone's going to say, "What? Why did you leave? That person was perfect for you. They look so great for you. Like, why did you leave?" You know, even if it's a job, like that job was making you so much money. It was you were killing it. You were doing really well. Why do you want to leave? But there's something having to do with it. It's like not fulfilling, or it's not really what you want. I feel like you want your independence, even from friends and family. Like you want your independence from them. And you want your own way to think without being like judged or being asked like, why'd you leave, you know? Um, Even if it's moving away, because I've got the Six of Swords here, even if it means moving away from friends and family. Also picked up like almost like a father figure or something like that too. What is it they're moving away from? What is it they're moving away from? Actually, see, yeah, and I get creativity. Wanted to show you the Lovers was in the bottom there. Moving away from stress. See, I do feel like feeling overburdened. I feel almost like having to live up to the expectations of other people has left you feeling very overburdened and stressed out. Even the expectations of whatever this career or job was. If you feel like this so far has not been resonating with you, feel free to watch some of my other videos. But this is what I'm picking up on on Cancers right now, for the ones that I'm tuning into. Because seems very specific to either a job or a group of like either friends and family. But I do feel like this is kind of career related and financials related. There's some aspect like, yeah, of course, whatever it was you were doing before was stressing you out, making you feel overburdened. It could even be that you were doing it all on your own. You know what I just got the image of? It's kind of like when somebody when somebody makes get this all the time, and we see it all the time. We see mothers during celebration, during Christmas, during Thanksgiving, things like that. They're the ones that are cooking and doing all of the cooking and bringing everybody together. And it's really stressful on the women out there who are having to do all of that work while the King of Pentacles and everybody else gets to celebrate and enjoy it all, right? But they didn't actually help out in any of it. I'm kind of picking up on that. So I'm picking up on like definitely female energy here. Where you just feel like so stressed out and overburdened by having to be the one who is basically doing everything. It's so stressful, especially for like celebrations and parties and things like that. It's like, well, yeah, it's great for everyone else, but then you're the one left to clean up. You're the one left to do all of the cooking and all of the cleaning, and that's just so stressful on you. And on top of that, still have a job. So how do you have time for your hobbies? Remember I was picking up cooking, something with cooking, right? I said kitchen witch, cooking. Um, and it's coordinating everybody to get together. Like you're the one that's having to coordinate that everybody comes together. You're the one having to do everything. And that makes you feel stuck in a lot of ways because you've been stuck in that role. Feeling trapped in that role for such a long time. You want to move away from that. And that's part of that independence where you want to say, you know what, I kind of want to go off and do my own thing. What else are they moving away from? And if it's a job or a career you have, yeah, if it's a job or a career you have, you feel like it's just overburdened you a little too long. And it's just been way too stressful for too long. You've been in this position for a really long time. You're starting to see things from a different perspective. And that's kind of what you want to get away from, is like you waited in this position long enough. For those of you who have kids who are like graduated or graduating and moving on to the next chapter of their lives, you're kind of like, okay, time for me to move on to my next chapter of my life too. you're starting to see things from a different perspective, the roles in which everybody has in the family dynamics. I also heard like stepping down from this like caretaker role, or stepping down from this father figure type of role, kind of stepping down from that because it's become very stressful and burdensome, and wanting to kind of take time for yourself. You've got these hobbies, you've got so many choices and decisions of what you can go on and do. You don't have to be that kind of patriarchal role where you're stuck having to take care of everybody. And Cancers, that's kind of because you're so intuitive and you're ruled by the moon, you have a tendency to take on those feminine qualities. Got the full moon here, where you take on almost like the mother figure or father figure. You take on that motherly nurturing figure, so you just take care of everybody, but you take care of everybody at the expense of taking care of yourself sometimes. And I feel like you're kind of stepping back from that role. At least you want to step back from that role because you want time for yourself. It's about time you start nurturing yourself, and I think you're seeing that. You're seeing like, hey, you know what, I gotta do what's right for me. I gotta do what I want to do. Everybody wants to get together and celebrate and all this stuff, but then I'm the one who has to do it all, right? Like, now you're kind of like, I kind of want to do it my way, where I'm not the one doing everything. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Clarify Spirit. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Yep. Page of Wands. Following your creativity, your passions. 2 pages here. This could be communication. Page of Pentacles is somebody who typically goes in the direction, though, of where they want to go financially, typically, or the things that they want to create here on Earth. Page of Wands is about going down the path that makes this person feel creative, but also passionate. More so passionate. Page of Cups would be more creative. Got the Magician on the bottom of the deck. There's something to do with communication. I do feel like maybe for those of you who are a little afraid to kind of communicate your needs and wants, this is, to me, is an indicator like, do it, go for it. You're the one in control. You're in control of all of this, of the situation of your life. Take control of it and do what it is you really want to do. Now, there is a little bit of confusion I see over here for like, I feel like there's almost a uncertainty or kind of feeling shy, almost feeling like you would be taking this risk and you're really worried, like I said, about what other people are going to think. You almost, yeah, like that word shy. I'm getting like the word shy a lot, like almost like you feel like there's like, you don't have that confidence. That's that insurity. Like, but I really don't think you should feel that way. Because whatever it is you're trying to pursue, like I said, you're really good at it. And I think it's a passion of yours. I was getting like cooking, baking, cooking, things like that. Maybe you want to start a new business for your baking. Maybe you want to do, take like a cooking class or something. Yeah, which is like, it's something of your passion, whatever you're passionate about. Now, are you going to make money like a King of Pentacles over here? Maybe that's what's kind of keeping you behind, because maybe with changing this career path, you wouldn't be making as much money as you used to. And so maybe that's obviously something that you're a little worried about. But I also feel like whatever it is you've been doing, you've done it for so long that it's gotten to the point that you've just like, you're like, oh, okay, I'm done with this. I'm kind of, it has overburdened you and stressed you out so much. You need to move away from that at this point. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I won't be making as much money. I may not make any money, but you're going to be happier. And I think that matters more. One more for the Page of Pentacles. One more. Because there's something you're passionate about. Oh, this Two of Cups. It's something you're really interested in. And believe it or not, actually, I need a little bit more information on this Two of Cups. You're going to make some connections maybe even networking or connections in a different area, and it's just going to make you so much happier. Can you tell me what this Two of Cups has to do with? What is this Two of Cups? What does the Two of Cups have to do with? Leaving a home or leaving an area, leaving... See, I feel like... Oh, you got to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah. Don't be afraid to make new connections, and that's what it is. You're like afraid to get out of your comfort zone. You're also afraid you're not going to make as much money. I get that. But I'm getting like you need to take these risks because I do feel like there's new connections, new opportunities for you. Get out of that comfort zone. You're so used to being in like your home. Maybe some of you just work from home in the past, or maybe you've just been in your home for that's all you know. Maybe you've lived in your hometown for your entire life or something, right? Or maybe you've lived in a certain area in that home for so long that you're kind of afraid to move. I really get something to do with moving. Maybe it's moving for a career, moving for a job, moving for a hobby. But there's some aspect here. Oh, travel. I even heard travel. Oh, yeah, it almost makes me anxious. Like, even just thinking about all this, I feel a little lighthearted. Like, you're almost like it's like you're afraid to travel or you're afraid to do something different. It's getting out of that comfort zone, which is really what a risk is, right? But I really think you would meet so many new connections, and I think it would really help you. It'd help you move forward and move on. Tell me a little bit more. One more on this Two Cups, please. Yeah, see? Travel, Knight of Wands. I mean, like, he's like literally traveling around battling this dragon. And really, Knight of Wands moves very quickly, is also impulsive, which I can't say Cancer, you're necessarily impulsive. You usually like to think of things through. In fact, if anything, you ruminate on things too much. And I think it's almost like just go for it. Someone were to tell you, go for it, do it, be a little risky. That's what this Knight of Wands is saying. Go for it. Like, who cares what these people are going to think? Stop caring so much about what other people think. And go for whatever it is you're passionate about. Get out of your comfort zone. You're probably not one to act like a Knight of Wands. You're very cautious. Being too cautious. And it would be nice for you to go travel. Go see what else is out there. If traveling is something you've always wanted to do, go do that. I want to know, can you tell me about this King of Pentacles? Who is this King of Pentacles, or what is this King of Pentacles? Yeah, so kind of this is financially stable, stability. This is probably somebody who's made a lot of money, or it could even be you, where you kind of feel stuck with that lifestyle, or maybe even feeling stuck in the lifestyle of it's nice to have that lifestyle, right? So when you decide to move and change jobs, you may not have this kind of Nine of Pentacles lifestyle anymore, which is leisurely, getting to have a wine and, beautiful oranges and apples food and luxury and everything, right? You may have to, that may be what's kind of holding you back from actually pursuing and getting out of your comfort zone and pursuing this other opportunity. Because there is another opportunity here, but you need to fully move away from what friends and family may think, and move away from quite possibly maybe not being as financially well off. I just want to say though that even though, and this could be a person who has helped you become financially well off, and you would be moving away from that person too, right? I'm not necessarily getting like it's a breakup though. I really don't. In fact, I feel like this would make whoever you're with, or whoever you've been with, that your decision See, the thing is, you're so stressed out right now that if you took this time and decision to kind of move away from that and follow your passions and follow what you're really passionate about, then this relationship, for those of you who are in a relationship, I feel it would make your relationship so much smoother. You guys would connect so much better because you'd be happier. You wouldn't be as stressed out. You would be happier. And it would actually be better. But you got to like move away from, get out of your shell. You have to get out of your shell. Let me ask one. Why are my Cancers, why do they care so much about what these other people think? Why is it that that's preventing them? Why? Why do they care? A King of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like this is what you're supposed to do. This is how it's supposed to be. Something to do with control. Like I mentioned earlier, it's almost like you've been, I'm not going to say other people control you, but in a lot of ways, I feel like the thought of having to cater to other people does hold you back. And this is very natural for a Cancer because Cancers, you have a tendency, like I said, to act like a nurturing parent. So you kind of like do everything for everybody else. And it's just kind of like it's in you. And High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. You are a High Priestess. You intuitively even know this. It's almost like it's ingrained in you to be that way. I'm not saying don't care for what other people think, but at the same time, what I'm saying is don't let your thoughts of how other people are going to see your decision, don't let that affect your decision. Because whatever's been going down has been making you really stressed out, and you need to move away from that. Whatever has happened, the way that you've done things in the past, or even this past job, take what resonates. I feel like it's overburdensome. One more. Why do they care so much about this? Family. It's like family, but it's also your 10 of Cups. Yeah, because I also get like, well, what's going to make everyone else happy? There's this aspect of Ace of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. There's this aspect of what's going to make everybody else happy. How do I make everybody else happy? And Cancers, that's kind of the epitome of what like you say on a daily basis, I feel. How can I make everyone else happy? Well, you need to start thinking, how can I make myself happy? That's what you really need to think. So without going too far, I kind of went a little bit over. I like to keep my readings at least 25 minutes and under. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Ancestors. If this resonated, please like, subscribe to my channel. The more likes I get, I know YouTube shows my channel off a little bit more. I'd really appreciate that. And hope to see you next time. Bye.